Donald Trump, seemingly unprovoked, posted a rant on Truth Social this week where he attacked a Georgia election worker by the name of Ruby Freeman. And in his attack, which I will read in just a moment, but Donald Trump accused Ms. Freeman of not only rigging the Georgia election, but also of lying to investigators. Here is what Donald Trump had to say. Wow, has anyone seen the Ruby Freeman contradictions of her sworn testimony? Now this is big stuff. Look what was captured by Cobb County Police body cameras on January 4th, 2021. And everything they are saying is false. Everything from the quote-unquote suitcases of the ballot boxes to the way we open them back up, everything they said was false. The FBI reached out to me only to clear my social media. Evidence tampering? Count was low. It was really low. Now it gets really bad. Kind of hard to follow most of that, but he continues. Boom, under the table, cut the zip ties to scan them so the number would go up. So that's how the number was created, by the ballots going through the scanner. I do want an attorney. It's all a fraud. Everything they are saying is false, from the suitcases of the ballot boxes to why we open them back up. Everything they said was false. They got Ruby's 7 top DC lawyers and protection from the FBI again. Why? She then changed her statements, lied. Trouble for Ruby. What will the great state of Georgia do with the Ruby Freeman mess? Here's the thing about Ruby Freeman. First of all, she's been totally vindicated in all of this. She did not do anything wrong. Her and her daughter, Shaye Moss, came back into the office to continue doing the counting with everybody else. They had stored the ballots under the table. When they got in to recount them, they moved the boxes to the top of the table so they could reach them, and they continued the ballot counting. That's what happened. Now, Donald Trump, along with One American News and Rudy Giuliani and the Gateway Pundit, all claim that these women, Ruby Freeman and Shaye Moss, somehow fabricated these ballots. And the reason I know that those specific people have claimed that is because those are the groups that have been sued for defamation by Ruby Freeman and Shaye Moss. Now, One American News actually settled for an undisclosed amount the defamation lawsuit filed by Moss and Freeman earlier, last year, I guess, back in May. So they had to pay. Rudy Giuliani, just a couple months ago, attempted to get the defamation lawsuit against him dismissed. The judge said, no, you're going to face trial for this, buddy. Ruby Freeman and Shaye Moss get to take you to court. And then, as I mentioned, they've also filed a suit against the Gateway Pundit. Now, with Donald Trump's statements right here, specifically naming this private citizen who is not a public official, right? She is not somebody in the spotlight. She is somebody, however, who has gotten repeated death threats from MAGA freaks out there because of the lies told about her and her daughter. Trump mentions her by name, makes all these wild accusations against her, the same accusations these other groups made. I expect very soon Donald Trump to be hit with another defamation lawsuit, as he should be. This is unhinged. These are the rantings of a madman, but they're also very defamatory. So Ruby Freeman, if you haven't already talked to your lawyers, I suggest you do that, because this is a defamation lawsuit waiting to happen, and it's one that I personally think you could pretty easily win here. And Donald Trump absolutely deserves it. I have no idea what provoked him to come out and make these statements this week, but it's completely unhinged. It's absolutely, this is what a lunatic says, because none of it makes any sense. These aren't even coherent thoughts, but they're coherent enough to prove defamation.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.